Are you aware of how much free advice is costing you? It might be more than you think. Let's take a closer look. I'm Anna Hilbrey. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you cruise the internet long enough, it's likely you've come across Reddit. It is one of the top 10 internet sites in the US, so it's quite useful. I use it myself for finding answers or free advice to questions that I can't find the answers to anywhere else. Now, the questions that I'm asking have low consequence for failure. So if the advice that I get is bad, it's not going to cost me any money. It might cost me my time and I might get frustrated, but that's about it. Now let's talk about Wallstreetbets. There is a ton of free advice on Wallstreetbets, a subreddit where investors are encouraged to take highly speculative positions in maybe one stock with most or if not all of their savings. This is free advice. Let's take a look at how it worked out. We have a great example with GameStop. GameStop is the world's largest video game retailer. In early January 2021, it traded below $10. Now, for some reason, this was a target on the Wallstreetbets forum, and investors piled into this in a very short period of time. So on January 12th, it went from $19.95 US to a high a little over 2 weeks later of $380 on January 27th. And then it went all the way back down to about $45 by February 22nd. And most of the action took place between January 12th and February 4th, 2021. This is not healthy investing. It's like saying, I'm just gonna eat sugar for the next 2 weeks and I might lose 20 pounds. It's crazy. It's a great way to lose money. So with that in mind, here are a few tips to consider when you come across free advice. Step number 1, critical thinking. Set aside your emotional excitement over possible winnings and ask yourself to think critically about the person giving you the advice. Why are they doing it? Step number 2, look for motivation behind the advice. What possible gain or benefit could the person who's giving the advice gain from you by you following their advice? And step number 3, does the advice seem reasonable and logical? Or does it make you feel pressured, excited? If so, that's probably a warning sign. If you follow these tips, it might help you set aside the good advice from the advice that's free, but it will end up costing you in the long run. In my experience, taking investment advice or hot tips that are free from the nether regions of the internet is generally not a good idea. If you're going to speculate, make sure it's small in nature and it's an amount that you're willing to lose completely. And if losing that money is going to impact your overall lifestyle, it's generally not a good idea. For the rest of the money, the big money, following a well-diversified, disciplined investment approach is what leads to the greatest success in the long run. And remember, the best advice in the long run becomes the cheapest. And sometimes you have to pay for it. I'm Anna Hilbrey. Thank you so much for listening.